Welcome to day 379 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. Remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in CloutFeed. So we did our first diamond question of the day yesterday, Brian. We gave out lots of diamonds. We have another question today.
Yeah, there's so many great answers yesterday, but today's question is, if you had $3 million, what would you build on DeSo? So say somebody said, here's $3 million to build something really awesome on DeSo. How would you use it? Just reply in the comments below on the post on DeSo, not the comments in YouTube, the post actually. And we will give you 2 to 4 diamonds based on the reply. Yesterday, we had so many great replies. We kind of ran out of the ability to give all of them 4 diamonds. So a lot of them got 3. We basically are going to pick the best replies, and then probably like randomly, like maybe 4 or 5 of those best ones get 4 diamonds, and then the rest get 3, and then some of them get 2.
Well, and also, like, we might not give you diamonds if you end up commenting like a day later.
Too
because
late,
we're not checking your videos every day. But
yeah, and what we'd like to do here is we have a bunch of DeSo in the Krasenstein Diamond account that we want to give away. But once we give away all that, we might end up allowing for sponsorships, like weekly sponsorships of the question. So then we can use those funds to give away and create engagement and create fun around these videos. So that's something you look forward to maybe. So the question is, if you had $3 million, what would you build on DeSo?
So in news, DeSo News yesterday, the domain name DeSo.com was actually up for auction, and DeSo user Elgin, who's an OG of DeSo, actually bid up to $219,000 for the domain name. He was outbid. Somebody bid $220,000, and I believe they won it. I believe the auction has closed. So Elgin missed out on DeSo.com. It's going to be interesting to see what the winner of DeSo.com ends up doing. Maybe it's DeSo that ended up winning. I don't know. But yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, as a domain name investor, it's not a bad domain name. 4 letters, spelling pronounceable. I think that it's probably a good investment, especially even if DeSo, this blockchain, doesn't work out. DeSo, as in decentralized social, is almost certainly going to happen. So as an investment, I think it's a good buy. Maybe DeSo got it. Maybe somebody behind the DeSo Foundation purchased it. We don't know yet. I guess we'll probably find out eventually.
Just let's hope it wasn't a scammer who bought it in order to scam people, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a really good article yesterday about DeSo. Do you want to touch on that, Brian?
Yeah, so Cointelegraph, they published an article, I think it was actually late on Thursday night. But it was titled "Decentralized Social Media, the Next Big Thing in Crypto." And this was an organic article. It wasn't a sponsored article or promo or anything like that. And it had a pretty large section about DeSo as well as Entre. And it actually had quotes from Michael Marra, the CEO of Entre. But it was very positive, and it talked a lot about DeSo and what DeSo is doing. It also mentioned other blockchains. It mentioned Lens. It mentioned Subsocial, which is kind of like a Reddit-like blockchain. But even with some of these other blockchains, they mentioned some kind of negative things, such as like Subsocial, they can't scale properly. So what they're doing is they're going to actually remove profiles to save space, which I found interesting. And Subsocial is using IPFS, the Interplanetary File System. So they're not even using their own blockchain for the data. It's interesting because that's what DeSo excels at. They excel at scaling, and they don't need to delete profiles to save space. They're just adding stuff left and right. You're adding every month. It seems like they're adding another line of data. So it was a positive article. I think it was very positive for DeSo as well as Entre. I think if I was Michael Marra, I'd be happy. He did a great job with the questions that they presented him. But if you haven't checked out, go to Cointelegraph. And there's one other article too on the block crypto, which is another news site related to crypto. But this was a sponsored article, which I assume the DeSo Foundation paid for. But it was also another good article. It's called Open Source Social Media is on the Horizon. DeSo has the solution. So it's kind of taking what's happening in the world right now with Elon and Jack Dorsey and kind of saying, hey, open source social media does have a future and DeSo is here to take it on. So it was a good article, good promo piece. I just like seeing it in the news. I like seeing DeSo in the news, and whether it's organic or sponsored, I think a mix of both is important to have.
Yeah, it's getting those eyes and people are going to check it out. Stargazer, he was finally verified.
So, yeah, congrats.
So the hashtag Natter, please verify Stargazer. It appears that it worked. It was like one of the top hashtags for, I guess, almost a week straight. And yesterday, Stargazer was pleased to announce that his account has been verified with a blue check mark. So congratulations, Stargazer.
Stargazer has been awesome with engagement. I think he's single-handedly increased engagement substantially. And this isn't just recently when he's been trying to get verified. It's been going on for months and months and months. You always see him at the top of the diamond area as well as diamonds given area. So he's very influential on the platform, well-deserved. Congrats.
Emulsified yesterday, of course, we talked yesterday about the UI changes of Diamond. Emulsified was behind much of that. He asked the community, what kind of data do we want to see on the right-hand side of Diamond? So if you're looking at Diamond, if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see some data, but he's asking the community, what additional data would they like to see on that right sidebar? And there's a lot of really interesting answers. Mubs, Deanne4IK, and Open Prosper all suggested having trending hashtags there. And of course, Open Prosper has the trending hashtags on their website that we cover every day. I think it'll be great to have those trending hashtags on the sidebar as well. And I think it seems like Emulsified embraced that idea. He was kind of asking questions. He was asking Salil Sethi how he gathers that data. So I think that's something we'll see. But there are other really good suggestions as well. Goldberry she actually suggested having our daily videos on the sidebar. Thanks, Goldberry.
I'm gonna say something that you might get mad at me for saying, but I think Goldberry might be the smartest person on DeSo.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, Salil.
So Michelle Lynn, and okay, so she suggested our videos be on there. She suggested that Michelle Lynn's weekend game posts be on there. She suggested that Goldberry, her own favorite song Fridays, are on there. And she's also suggested that Stargazer's astronomy photography space facts be on there. All great suggestions. I don't know how likely we are to see stuff like that on the sidebar. Maybe on another node, but I don't think you're going to see that on Diamond. But there are other good suggestions as well. Gabby suggested crypto news, have some of the latest crypto news on the sidebar. Michelin suggested to have the most active creators in the last 10 minutes on the sidebar, or maybe the most active followed creators that you're following on that sidebar. Vishal Gulya suggested that they display recommended users who follow, so maybe some sort of algorithm to determine who you might like to follow. And he also suggested online users who you're following. So anybody who's online that you're currently following. There are lots of good ideas. Vishal Gulya had several others. Many people had some really good ideas. And Goldberry, thanks again for your suggestion.
Yeah, and the great thing about having all these nodes, and I mean, I envision in 5 or 10 years, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of different nodes. Each node can choose what they want to put on the sidebar. Maybe there will be nodes that are going to put our video on the sidebar, but there's going to be nodes that obviously aren't. So I love that because every node can be catered towards whatever the creator wants it to be catered towards. But I love that Ed Moss is asking for suggestions, and I think there are a lot of good suggestions there.
Yeah, for sure. So Mr. Triplet announced yesterday that he has onboarded Pink Floyd saxophonist and the founder of ThinkNFT. So he's onboarded Scott Page to DeSo. Of course, Page and Mr. Triplet met and hooked up at NFT LA in LA when the DeSo event was going on out there, I guess a few days after that. Page seems to be a great guy. He's already made a post on DeSo. He made a post saying, "Hey, everyone, excited to be on this platform. This is the future." So congrats to Scott Page for finding DeSo, and congrats to Mr. Triplet for being able to onboard somebody who, has a lot of fans out there who maybe might follow him onto DeSo.
Yeah, Mr. Triplet, he has been a DeSo workhorse for the last several months. And I think he only joined a few months ago, but I mean, between what he did in LA for DeSo Anniversary, what he did there. I know he even has a music single coming out. I think it's some sort of parody, which I'm looking forward to listening to. But he's all over the place. And if you haven't checked out what Mr. Triplet has been doing, check out his account, give him a follow, because he's really helping move this community forward, I think, in a big way.
For sure. So yesterday, Dapper, it's an app that allows you to buy and store your digital assets from apps and games powered by Flow. They made a tweet, and it was a really interesting tweet. They tweeted out one of GDS's GD virtual galleries that depicted the Flunk NFTs. I found this very interesting. GDS made a post about it. Dapper has over 60,000 followers on Twitter, so it definitely got some attention. It was an awesome gallery with Flunk NFTs that GDS created. Definitely check it out. You go to GDS's profile or GD Virtual Gallery's profile, you can see the screenshot of the tweet, and you can also get a link to that tweet. So definitely check that out, and congratulations, GDS.
Yeah, congrats. Can't say enough about what he's been doing.
And I want to thank Gabby and Sol for pointing out a scam that's taking place. Apparently, there's a scammer on Opensea who's created it looks like several different fake Medizins NFT accounts on Opensea to kind of try and sell NFTs to people who think that they're really buying Medizin NFTs. Of course, Medizins are created by Meredith Marson, who's a tremendous artist who's minting her Medizin's NFT collections on both on DeSo, Solana, and Ethereum. And they're going to be appearing on Opensea, as well as how they already appear on DeSo if you go to any of the DeSo nodes, NFT nodes.
Yeah, and she also has a DAO. I think, like, when you have people trying to make money off of copying your work, you've really made it. So if I was Meredith, I just see it that way, and hopefully people don't buy into it.
Yeah, and check out Medizin's DAO. I believe it's called Medizin's DAO, and that's going to be the DAO that's behind these NFTs. And it's an art collective DAO where they're going to buy and sell NFTs based on what the DAO wants to do. And I want to also congratulate Talanaya and Smart Alec. They've both been kind of quiet on DeSo for the last, I guess, like 60 days or so. And people were kind of wondering, like, did they abandon us? Did they run away? Are they gone for good? But yesterday, Talanaya actually made a post that they're having a baby. They're having a baby.
Whoa! Congrats! Hold on. Okay.
Due in October. So congratulations, Talanaya, Smart Alec, and Smart Alec Jr.
Two great people. We had the pleasure of meeting them both in Miami back in, I think it was June. But they're just wonderful people, great DeSo users, and I'm sure they'll be back. Maybe the new baby will eventually be on DeSo in 2038 or something.
Yeah, so go give some diamonds to Talanaya and Smart Alec. What were the top hashtags?
So it's totally changed today because of one thing, and that is because Stargazer was finally verified. So that the please verify Stargazer hashtag is not there anymore. So number 1 is DeSo, number 2 is NFT, number 3 bullish, post to earn is number 4, and number 5 is crypto. So all ones we've seen before. And of course, the Stargazer hashtag is gone, and I'm guessing it's gone for good, in a good way.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Maybe we should have a hashtag Stargazer verified.
Stargazer is finally verified. Or thank you, Natter, for verifying Stargazer.
So
let's move on to the top earners. So yesterday was kind of quiet. It was quite a lot because DAO didn't sell too many NFTs. I'm not really sure their reasoning. I think it was just a slow day. But $2,829 was earned by 1,035 different creators. The number of creators, it continues to be above where it had been weeks prior. So that's a positive. 9 creators earned at least 1 DeSo, which is a little bit low. We usually see that around the 11 to 13 area. 2 creators earned 10 DeSo. And for the first time, and I'm guessing like 10 days or maybe even more, DAO wasn't the top
I think
earner.
it's more like a month. Doesn't seem
Maybe
like
I think one other day, I think I saw it like that in the last month. But Seals was number 1. Congrats to Seals, who has their own DAO coming. William Laurent was number 2. William is amazing. He's been doing so much at this Miami Bitcoin conference with Blockster. So congrats, you deserve everything you're getting here. DAO was actually number 3, followed by Eggway, DeSoMon, Cloutpunk, 100, Unicat, Spookies, and Lost Robots. And something I noticed is that many NFT projects are up there. And I think that just says that if you are creating NFTs on DeSo, like don't look at the immediate gains, like look down the road, because when DeSo blows up, you're going to have residual revenue coming from the reoccurring sales of your NFTs. So let this be kind of like an early warning that, or not like a good warning, that if you are creating NFTs on DeSo, maybe the market is really, really slow right now, but look towards the future.
Yeah, and I must say I'm having a little bit of FOMO about Miami. Brian and I couldn't make it to Miami. It's only we have 2.5-hour drive, but we have some issues going on right now, and we couldn't make it out over there. But we are having FOMO. It looks like Sandy Rose, Matreshka, William Laurent, Alex Volatis, and Cassius Cuvée are having an awesome time out there. They're all posting photos. William Laurent posted some, Cassius posted some, Matreshka posted some, all at these parties in Miami surrounding Bitcoin Miami. So it looks like they're having a great time. It's great community building. I'm sure they're spreading the word of DeSo, and we'll try and make it to the next one.
And remember the question, if you had $3 million, what would you build on DeSo? Just reply in the comments on DeSo, and we'll give some diamonds, hopefully.
All right, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.